Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So I welcome all the devotees for the morning Japa session. Very happy to see that how Madan Adbhut Prabhu is conducting and the devotees in Cincinnati are joining in this morning Japa Sangha. So actually it is very nice that when we chant together, this the power of Sangha, that when we chant together, so usually in the temples, devotees, those who stay full time, they join together and chant. But this Zoom is a good thing that it is online. All of you can join together. Many online Japa Sanghas going on in ISKCON. So I'm very happy that you are participating in this online program. And today let us read a verse from Nectar of Instruction, which talks about the glories of holy name. So some of you may have read this before. It's a very, very inspiring verse about the glories of holy name and can inspire us why we should chant. So this is the seventh verse. Nectar of Instruction is a very beautiful book written by Rupa Goswami. It's called Upadeshamrit in Sanskrit, and Srila Prabhupada translated this into Nectar of Instruction. So Rupa Goswami wrote many, many books, but Srila Prabhupada translated two of them, Upadeshamrit and Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Nectar of Devotion. And Upadeshamrit is actually the essence of all the teachings of Rupa Goswami. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't write any books, but he presented the essence of all his teachings in the form of Sikshashtakam, 8 verses. So Rupa Goswami presents the essence of all his teachings in 11 verses, which is called Upadeshamrit or Nectar of Instruction. The seventh verse of Upadeshamrit is as follows. Syat Krishna Nama Charita Disitapya Vidya Ito Pataparasanasya Narochikanu Kintu Adaradhanudinam Khalu Saiva Jushta Swadvi Kramad Bhavati Tat Katamulahantri. The holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of avidya cannot taste anything sweet, it is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens within his tongue and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. Once again, the holy name, character, pastimes, and activities of Krishna are all transcendently sweet like sugar candy. Although the tongue of one afflicted by the jaundice of avidya cannot taste anything sweet, it is wonderful that simply by carefully chanting these sweet names every day, a natural relish awakens within his tongue and his disease is gradually destroyed at the root. Purport. The holy name of Lord Krishna, his quality, pastimes, and so forth are all of the nature of absolute truth, beauty, and bliss. Naturally, they are very sweet, like sugar candy, which appeals to everyone. Nescience, however, is compared to the disease called jaundice, which is caused by bilious secretions. Attacked by jaundice, the tongue of a diseased person cannot palatably relish sugar candy. Rather, a person with jaundice considers something sweet to be very bitter. Avidya, ignorance, similarly perverts the ability to relish the transcendently palatable name, quality, form, and pastimes of Krishna. Despite this disease, if one with great care and attention takes to Krishna consciousness, chanting the holy name and hearing Krishna's transcendental pastimes, his ignorance will be destroyed and his tongue enabled to taste the sweetness of the transcendental nature of Krishna and his paraphernalia. Such a recovery of spiritual health is possible only by the regular cultivation of Krishna consciousness. We'll just read one paragraph and give a short explanation. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vishthabhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Namne Namaste Sarsadeve Gauravani Prasharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So, I don't know if you ever had any experience of jaundice. We have Jay Prabhu also. I think he has also joined us. So, can you hear Jay Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I can hear very loud and clear.
Yeah. So, when I was a very small child, I had jaundice once. So, I remember a little bit. The taste of the tongue is not there during jaundice, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So, I experienced a little bit when I was very maybe 7, 8 year old or 10 year old. That time I had a little memory from there that nothing was appearing tasty. So the taste of the tongue goes away during jaundice. And jaundice is caused by bilious secretion or some problem in the liver. Because of that, the sugar which is actually sweet is taste bitter. But it is said that the cure of jaundice is taking sugar. So is it okay? Is it right, Prabhu, that in jaundice taking sugar helps?
Prabhu, it's a disorder in which liver is deranged
Hmm.
and liver metabolizes the sugar as well. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, some form of sugar, I should say. Maybe
Yes.
not the, yeah, some form of sugar.
Helps in curing jaundice, right?
Yes, true.
Absolutely. So it's certified by a doctor also. So that is what Srila Prabhupada is saying, and such a beautiful example given by Rupa Goswami that I'm very inspired by this example because as devotees we have been chanting for many years, and especially me, I still don't get the taste in holy name, but this verse inspires me to continue chanting because it gives me the faith that taste is there in the holy name, but because of my disease of avidya, I am not able to taste it. And very soon, how it will be cured? Just by taking this holy name, we just keep on taking. In the translation, it is said, by carefully and every day. If you see the translation, Srila Prabhupada's beautiful translation, by carefully chanting these sweet names every day. Hmm. And also, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj also used to give this example a lot. This verse was one of his favorite verses. In many lectures, you'll find this. So, I really like this because Prabhupada is explaining that this holy name is very sweet, but right now, because of our avidya, ignorance, we are not able to relish the sweetness. But if we keep taking the holy name like a medicine in the beginning, so one day will come when the disease will be cured, the same medicine will appear to be very, very sweet. Right now, the medicine is appearing bitter. Like sometimes, of course, I mean, tablets, you don't feel the bitterness, but sometimes you have to take some liquid form of medicine. They may be very, not tasty. But still, we take it because we know that our disease will be cured. Similarly, if we take the holy name, our disease will be cured, and after that, we'll start relishing the holy name. So, that hope we should have that one day, definitely, when our disease will be cured, we'll start relishing the holy name. And that is there. We have seen examples of great devotees. Haridas Thakur used to chant 192 rounds. Without taste, can anyone chant 192 rounds? No. So the day will come, like Rupa Goswami says in another beautiful verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, same Rupa Goswami is saying, Tunde Tandavini Vitunate Tundavali Labhyate Karna Kroda Kadambini. He says that Na Jane Amrita Krishna iti Varnam Dvai. So Rupa Goswami says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, very beautiful verse. He says, Oh Lord, I'm not happy by chanting this holy name with one mouth and two ears. I want thousands of mouth and millions of ears so that I can chant more and more and more. I'm not satisfied with one mouth and two ears. See, I don't know what nectar is there in the two syllables, Krishna. So we'll come to that stage. The acharyas are relishing it. Rupa Goswami is relishing it. Hardas Thakur is relishing it. And we have so many other devotees. Even now we see Srila Prabhupada and many devotees, they relish chanting holy names. So we'll come to that stage. One day we'll come to that stage. Let's go on reading. दूसरे टर्न्स लेके पढ़ते हैं ना
नहीं प्रभु यहाँ पढ़
Can someone else read? Okay, let Madhunadu read the second paragraph. Hmm.
When a man in the material world takes more interest in the materialistic way of life than in Krishna consciousness, he is considered to be in a diseased condition. The normal condition is to remain an eternal servant of the Lord. Jivera Swarupa Hai Krishnera Nityadas. This healthy condition is lost when the living entity forgets Krishna due to being attracted by the external features of Krishna's Maya energy. This world of Maya is called Durashraya. which means false or bad shelter. One who puts his faith in Durashraya becomes a candidate for hoping against hope. In the material world, everyone is trying to become happy, and although their material attempts are baffled in every way, due to their nescience, they cannot understand their mistakes. People try to rectify one mistake by making another mistake. This is the way of the struggle for existence in the material world. If one in this condition is advised to take to Krishna consciousness and be happy, he does not accept such instructions.
So here Prabhupada is explaining our disease. What's our disease? Our disease is that we have forgotten that we are servants of Krishna. That is called avidya. And because of that, we are putting hope that we'll become happy in this material world, which is never possible. This Krishna consciousness movement is being spread all over the world just to remedy this gross ignorance. So to remove this avidya from people's heart. People in general are misled by blind leaders. The leaders of human society, the politicians, philosophers, and scientists are blind because they are not Krishna conscious. According to Bhagavad Gita, because they are bereft of all factual knowledge due to their atheistic way of life, they are actually sinful rascals and are lowest among men. Namam duskritinam mudha prapadante naradhamam maya parita jnana asurim bhavamashrita. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender it unto me. Bhagavad Gita. Such people never surrender to Krishna and they oppose the endeavor of those who wish to take Krishna's shelter. When such atheists becomes leaders of society, the entire atmosphere is surcharged with nescience. In such a condition, people do not become very enthusiastic to receive this Krishna conscious movement, just as a diseased person cannot, suffering from jaundice, does not relish the taste of sugar candy. However, one must know that for jaundice, sugar candy is the only specific medicine. That's a very important point. Similarly, in the present confused state of humanity, Krishna consciousness, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the only remedy for setting the world all right. Although Krishna consciousness may not be very palatable for a diseased person, Srila Rupa Goswami nonetheless advises that if one wants to be cured of the material disease, he must take to it with great care and attention. One begins this treatment by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, because by chanting this holy name of the Lord, a person in material condition will be relieved from all misconceptions. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in Sikshashtakam, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. भवमहदावाग्निर्वापणम् श्रेयकैरवचन्द्रिकावितरणं विद्यावधुजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्ण संकीर्तनम्. Avidya, misconception about one's spiritual identity, provides a foundation for ahankar or false ego within the heart. So that is the root cause of our coming to material world, because we have avidya, and then avidya gives us to ahankar, false ego, and we think that I am the enjoyer, I am the controller, and we come to this material world. So the real disease is in the heart. If the mind is cleansed, however, if consciousness is cleansed, a person cannot be harmed by the material disease. So Prabhupada is saying heart, mind, consciousness, the same thing. So our consciousness has to be cleansed, and then we will not be harmed by material disease. And how do we? So to cleanse the mind and heart from all misconceptions, one should take the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It is both easy and beneficial. By chanting the holy name of the Lord, one is immediately freed from the blazing fire of material existence. Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. And then, very important, Srila Prabhupada says, there are three stages in chanting the holy name of the Lord: the offensive stage, the stage of lessening offenses, and the pure stage. We call Nam Aparadh, Nama Bhash, and Shuddhanam. So it's very important to understand this. When a neophyte takes to chanting of Hare Krishna mantra, he generally commits many offenses. There are 10 basic offenses. The devotee avoids these, he can glimpse the next stage, which is situated between offensive and pure chanting. So, when one attains the pure stage, he is immediately liberated. This is called Bhava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam. As soon as he is liberated from releasing fire of material existence, he can release the taste of transcendental life. So, very important. So, Nama Aparad, Nama Bhash, and Shuddhanam. So, why we are not feeling the taste in chanting holy name? Why it's taking a lot of time for that avidya to go away? Is because of the 10 offenses. So, therefore, we must be very careful against the 10 offenses. And then if we chant, definitely we'll make very quick progress. So that's another topic. I'm sure all of you know the 10 offenses against holy name. We should be very careful, especially Vaishnava Aparadh, not committing offenses against Vaishnavas, taking the orders of spiritual masters seriously, not disobeying them, and then also attentively trying to chant. So these are few things that we must do. Never commit sinful activities on the strength of holy name. If we avoid these offenses, then very soon we'll come to Namabhas and then Shuddhana. The conclusion is that in order to get freed from material disease, one must take the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. The Krishna consciousness movement is especially meant for creating an atmosphere in which people can take to the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. Such a beautiful line by Prabhupada. The whole ISKCON movement is meant just to create an atmosphere in which people can take to the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. That's a nice line, I like it. One must begin with faith, and when this faith is increased by chanting, a person can become a member of society. We are sending Sankirtan parties all over the world, and they're experiencing that even the remotest part of the world, where there is no knowledge of Krishna, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra attracts thousands of men to a camp. In some areas, people begin to imitate the devotees by shaving their heads and chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra only a few days after hearing the mantra. This may be imitative, but imitation of a good thing is desired. Some imitators gradually become interested in being initiated by the spiritual master and offer themselves for initiation. If one is sincere, is initiated, and this stage is called Bhajana Kriya, then one actually engages in service of the Lord by regularly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra 16 rounds daily and refraining from illicit sex, intoxications, meat eating, and gambling. By Bhajana Kriya, one attains freedom from contamination of material life. He no longer goes to a restaurant or hotel to taste so-called palatable dishes made with meat and onions, nor does he take care to smoke, drink tea, or coffee. So this is called Anartha Nivriti. So the stages in Bhakti, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajan Kriya, and Anartha Nivriti. He not only refrains from illicit sex but avoids sex life entirely, nor is he interested in wasting his time in speculating or gambling. In this way, it is to be understood that one becomes cleansed of unwanted things, Anartha Nivriti. The word Anartha refers to unwanted things. Anarthas are vanquished when one becomes attached to Krishna consciousness movement. So all the material desires that we have, that is called anartha, and they get vanquished. When a person is relieved from unwanted things, he becomes fixed in executing his Krishna conscious activities. That's called Nishtha stage. Indeed, he becomes attached to such activities called asakti and experiences ecstasy in executing devotional service. This is called bhava. So this is how gradually will progress. Bhajan kriya, then anartha nivriti, then nishtha, asakti, ruchi. This is called bhava, preliminary awakening of love of Godhead. Thus, bhava and then prema. Thus, the conditioned soul becomes free from material existence, loses interest in bodily concept of life, including material opulence, material knowledge, and material attraction of all variety. At such a time, one can understand who the Supreme Personality is and what Maya is. Although Maya may be present, it cannot disturb a devotee once he attains the bhava stage. This is because the devotee can see the real position of Maya. Maya means forgetfulness of Krishna, and forgetfulness of Krishna and Krishna consciousness stands side by side like light and shadow. If one remains in shadow, he cannot enjoy the facilities offered by light. And if one remains in light, he cannot be disturbed by the darkness of shadow. By taking to Krishna consciousness, one gradually becomes liberated and remains in light. Indeed, it does not even touch darkness as confirmed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna Surya Samam Maya Hoy Andhakar, Yaha Krishna Tahanai Maya Adhikar. Krishna is compared to sunshine, Maya is compared to darkness. Wherever there is sunshine, there cannot be darkness. As soon as one takes to Krishna consciousness, the darkness of illusion, the influence of external energy will immediately vanish. So it's a beautiful verse by Rupa Goswami. And just I'll conclude by telling a small pastime. So once when as soon as Gopal Krishna Maharaj came to Gurukul in the last visit of his, 25th April 2024, the one boy asked the question, one student asked the question that Maharaj, we are chanting the holy name, we are trying to control ourselves, but still Maya is so strong, we always get, distracted. So then Maharaj gave a beautiful answer. He said, yes, you're right. Maya is very strong, but I have a good news for you. You want to hear that? Everybody said, yes, Maharaj. And then Maharaj said, I agree. Maya is strong, very strong, but I have a good news. The good news is that holy name is more powerful than Maya.
There you go.
So yes, Maya is very powerful, no doubt about it. But the good thing for us is who is more powerful than Maya? Holy name. Because holy name is not different from Krishna. We should have this faith that yes, let us continue chanting. And now we are taking holy name like a medicine. that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says in a song, Jiva Jago, Gora Chan Bole. In that song, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, Enechi Aushadhi Maya Nasibaro Lagi. Hari Nama Mahamantra Lo Tumi Magi. That Mahaprabhu has brought this medicine. Because the Maya disease is not a disease that we're suffering from 1 year, 2 year, like in medical field, you say chronic disease we're suffering for many, many years, it's difficult to cure. But this Maya disease we are suffering from millions of lifetimes. It's not a disease that we got today or yesterday, it's like millions of lifetimes is suffering from this disease of Maya. So the treatment is not easy. But then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought a very powerful medicine which can very quickly cure Maya. If you take it every day, we have 16 tablets he has given us. So the 16 tablets we have to take every day, 16 rounds. But on Ekadashi, we have to increase our dose also. Today is Ekadashi. So let's take more of this holy name, and a day will come. We should have all this faith that then we start relishing the holy name. Then chanting will not be a burden. Then all the time we'll chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. While eating, drinking, sleeping. At that stage, even while sleeping, Srila Prabhupada said, I'll just tell one pastime once. Sachidanand Maharaj told me this, that once Srila Prabhupada came to Germany, and Sachidanand Maharaj and Prabhupada was little resting in the afternoon. And he thought, let me go and see privately what Prabhupada is doing when he's resting. So he climbed the pipe and went to the balcony, and from the window he peeped in, and he saw that although Prabhupada is resting, there's a voice that is very deep, and he could hear it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. The lips were moving. So, and then he realized this is Srila Prabhupada all the time chanting holy name. And then he said, Prabhupada just opened his eyes, said, who is there? And immediately I ran away. So this is, so you can see that stage will come one day where we'll relish the holy name all the time. But for now, at least for my stage, I'm talking about that let's take it as a holy the medicine with the faith that very soon when our disease will be cured, we'll start relishing the taste in the holy name. So today is very important day, Ekadashi. And Ekadashi is a day to chant more holy names. And today, fortunately, is Sunday. On working days, you have to go to job, so there is no. But Krishna is very kind that Ekadashi is on Sunday today. So now today you have no excuse. I request all the devotees chant more rounds today. And in the evening also there is a program, so we'll discuss more that time. So now I also have to chant. So thank you all for joining for this small talk.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nicely, you had our doctor here on the call validate validate the hypothesis or the provings that our Acharya has already given us. So thank you,
Yeah.
Jai Prabhu. And actually, I just want to share yesterday, because we are reading Srila Prabhupada Leelamrit. So what you spoke today, Prabhuji, and the same thing Srila Prabhupada says, yes, actually, because when Srila Prabhupada gets the third heart attack of stroke, and then he has to come back to India, and he's recovering in Vrindavan. So at that point, his disciples from America, they write a letter to Srila Prabhupada, and they say, Prabhupada, Brahmananda Prabhupada, he writes, and then he says, Prabhupada, you told us that Maya attacks, people in this world, but you are a pure devotee. Why is Maya attacking you? Right? And then Srila Prabhupada says, yes, Maya cannot attack me, but in your country, you're steeped with three modes of material nature, of passion and ignorance. And of course, when I launched an attack on Maya, because everybody is so intoxicated there with wealth, with all the illicit for breaking the four regulative principles. So since I attacked Maya there, so sometimes in war against two belligerent parties, there will be some reversals. But what has saved me is the chanting of the holy names. So because all of them chanted overnight, in California and New York. So Prabhupada says that he thanks them that it's because of your love and for your chanting of the holy name. So that is the medicine, like Prabhuji just mentioned. Exactly. That's what Srila Prabhupada said at that time. And same thing, our Guru Maharaj has also mentioned that, my medicine will be your chanting of the holy names. So,
even in Mukunda Mala Stotra, there's a nice prayer by King Kulashekar. He also says that Kim Aushadhi, there is no other Aushadhi except this Harinam. So he says the best Aushadhi for this Bhava, to cure us from this Bhavaroga, this is a disease of material life, is chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, dear devotees, for the kind association. So let's We'll end with Vaishnava Pranam prayers.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya
Vaishnava
Hare Krishna.
Happy
Jai.
Ekadashi to everybody. We'll see you all this evening for the program.
Happy Ekadashi.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.